It's really windy. I got my coat wrapped around the camera right now, trying to get this audio. We'll see how it works. But it's day 6. I had a bit of a late start. There's one deer in the freezer. It's hard to get up that early. But I saw that 10-point buck the other night. It kind of energized me. So we're gonna hunt today. Kind of just keep an eye on everything that's going on the property. And then tomorrow, I plan on getting up early and hitting it hard again. This wind could make long shots very difficult. Okay, we had a super windy day, very unpredictable wind too. That was pretty cool stalking those 2 does for a while there. I didn't have any really high hopes of that coming to fruition, but it was a good experience for me. If it was a little bit thinner through there, I definitely would have had a shot on one of them, but man, even just looking at it through the scope, I mean, I put the crosshairs right on the vitals, but I could just see like a blur, like 75 yards of a blur of just all sorts of sticks and undergrowth that were between me and the doe. I really would like to take a doe because I can only take 2 bucks, and the only other buck that I really want to take is that 10-point, unless someone else gets to it before me. But man, really good day. Instead of going and sitting in that other stand, I did sit in that stand very, very briefly just to check at sight lines. Now that I've hunted it once, the next thing I really wanted to do is make sure that I had good shooting lanes. And now there are probably 6 to 8, maybe 100-yard shooting lanes that I feel very comfortable with, that if I saw a deer coming from pretty much any direction, as long as it didn't go the opposite direction from me, I should be able to find a sight line on it and take an ethical shot, not like the ones that I was passing up on today. Still exciting to see those deer, but now I feel a lot more comfortable about that second stand now that it's got some really nice shooting lanes. But altogether, it was nice to see those 2 does still staying pretty active. It looks like a mom and a fawn. There's a squirrel right there. What's he snacking on? Looks like a big old beech nut. Anyway, it's 1:15. Spent about an hour cleaning up those shooting lanes. I gashed the crap out of my knuckle with my little handsaw like an idiot. Anyway, this has been day 6. Thanks again. You guys are great. Stay tuned. Hopefully we get 1 or 2 more. That's all I got for you. Sunday, December 13th. It's about 38 degrees, 7 o'clock. I'm up in the stand, and there's almost no wind, which is a huge change from yesterday. The rut is definitely over. They're really being much more cautious. They're not making stupid mistakes anymore. So I think they're gonna be in heavier cover. This cold snap is really good. I hope it gets the deer moving a little bit more. Based on the last deer, I mean, it was a long shot. I feel very, very confident in my rifle. 6.5 Creedmoor is known to be very flat shooting out to about 200 yards. So it's right now it's sighted in at 100.
but that means I could take shots out to 200 very comfortably. Two does. That's why you have your gun up. They never once went broadside. Never once. Came up while I was talking to the camera. But I think they darted back around towards the truck. Well, that really sucks. They came within 10 yards. But they were looking at me the whole time. They could probably see my breath, too. And I'm sure they winded me because they were coming out in this direction. And as soon as they got parallel with me, they knew something was going on. They started sniffing the air, and they just changed directions. I didn't have my gun up. So I was trying to move the gun when they weren't looking. But, I mean, there wasn't really a time when they weren't looking. I'm sorry I couldn't get the camera on them. I could barely move without them seeing me as it was. But very surprised that they came from behind me on my downwind side. But I'm gonna sit patient, stick out the day. Hopefully something else shows up. Okay. All right. I got her. She dropped immediately, so I had a good rest on my forearm. But she was broadside and I couldn't get my back arm rested, so I was a little shaky. I hope I didn't pull too much, but she dropped immediately. We got one down. We got another one down. All right. She's right there on the tree line. Not even 25 yards. I still see the other ones, but I'm not going to be greedy. Right there. Oh, I'm still not bad. I can suck it up and hold fairly still, but I got nerves. believe this must be a different set of deer, because there's a mom and her fawn that came through 30 minutes ago. I spooked them because I couldn't get my gun up in time. And this is a group of 3. It must have been a different set of deer. It had to have been, because they spooked, they ran off, and then they came right back to the exact same place where they spooked. Well, the freezer is full now. Nothing left but good old Big 10. That's what we're calling our 10-pointer. Seen him once on trail cam, seen him once in person after shooting light in the dark. But Big 10 is still out there. Not gonna lie, that one had me pretty excited. I think the further the shot, the calmer I am. There's something that sets in, and you can just see every little wobble through the scope at long ranges. But at close range, I mean, that deer just fills the whole scope, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's right here. There's still does in the tree line here. Not right in the tree line, about probably 40 yards in, but all right. Alright, it was a little far forward. Definitely ruined some meat, but she went down immediately. Well, that's it, folks. You already know how I do my processing, so I am sitting in the truck. It's 8:48, and we're done. We got a doe in the bed, so we're headed home. Thank you so much for watching. I love making these videos for you. I'm really happy, but I'm just really tired too after that work. Getting faster at field dressing. My family would still probably make fun of me, but it took me about 21 minutes to get that done. I've seen my family members do it in like less than 8. I got another week's worth of work, but I am so excited. We have meat in the freezer, and Big 10 is still out there. I haven't forgot about him. We're doing really good, guys. Still about another month left in the hunting season, so thank y'all for watching. If you haven't already, hit that like button and subscribe. I think I'm up to about 37 subscribers. I'm a brand new YouTuber, but any love you got to show me, I'd really appreciate it. Made it back home. Got my gambrel ready to go. Got the wheelbarrow down so I can take the legs and any other bits out to the back so the coyotes can go ahead and eat them. But I'm gonna get loaded up, take care of this deer, check in with you once it's all in the cooler. It's a good day. It was a good shot. Ended up ruining a little, it was a little far forward is what it was. It hit some shoulder meat, but I'll tell you what, that blew out her heart, dropped her immediately. So ethical kill. Always reason to feel good. I'm gonna get to work. Thank y'all. Well, that was a new record for me today. We had the deer completely field dressed and gutted out at 8:48 a.m. And I actually got back to the house, got it all quartered out, and in the cooler, everything parted out, quartered, cleaned up really nicely, and in the cooler before 1 o'clock. So that is pretty nice. So I'm gonna take the rest of the day, relax, let that meat cool off for a couple of days before we attack it. And then we're gonna fill the freezer yet again. I look forward to showing you some more of this process. Thank you for sticking with me. Have a wonderful week. God bless, and I'll see you later.